Creating an introduction to the Urantia book has been so important to me because I can see the change that's happening in the world, and I can see the spiritual awakening that's going on, and that I just desire to share that with everyone I know. And not everyone wants to listen, but I want the world to know that the Urantia book exists. The Urantia book is a roadmap to figuring out all the questions about life that we seem to have a hard time finding the answers to anywhere else.
It's the greatest tool I've ever come across to help me be in God's will. And so yes, the Urantia book is so vast in all of its areas of studies that it really, really does help me.
So the Urantia book does a lot of things that make it unique as a revelation. For those of us living now who are exploring questions of spirituality outside of religion, the Urantia book does that in the deepest sense. It explores what spirituality means outside of formalized religion, while also embracing truths in all existing religions.
The concepts of the Urantia book, when I came to the Urantia book, were not particularly new for me, but I think it cements in such accurate detail, and that's what I find so fascinating about the Urantia book, is that it's so detailed. And generally when we read in other religions, it's just says Spirit, Holy Spirit, Father. But it's like the Urantia book details the technology of spirit, I think. And I think that's very fascinating. And so, no, it hasn't changed my concept of God, it's just expanded it.
In my appreciation of the Urantia book, and the more I've grown to read it and learn it, I've grown to appreciate the truths in all of the world's religions. And even the Urantia book says that the better path for a religionist is not to disregard or to put down other religions, but to embrace the best truths in other religions.
The Urantia book satisfies my spiritual needs more than I can ever put into words. It's a book that will answer most of those questions you have. Why am I here? Who is God? How do I live my life? Some people want a manual, you know? This is like the best manual ever to teach you most of what is important of life.
Finding the Urantia book can be a daunting experience. Look in the index. You know, you don't have to start at the back, at the front, go to the back. You don't have to read the whole book to start with. Just look in the index and see if there's something that sparks your interest. And I can guarantee you, if you read that section of the book, even if it's one page, you will see that this is beyond a human composition, and you will be hooked.
To someone looking at reading the Urantia book for the first time, I'd say just be open-minded.
It's one of the most fascinating books you've ever read. Take it, use it. Most importantly, use it once you read it.
The Urantia book is all-encompassing. It welcomes all, and it's intellectually and spiritually so vast that there's no margin for a small area where people can't fit into it. You know, it welcomes all thought forms, all walks of life, and anybody. You know, anybody should and can, I believe, identify the Urantia book from any religion.
And so I love it because it's like alive to me, and it constantly challenges me, it constantly builds my character, and I've never had a book that, you know, one book alone that has dramatically transformed my heart in such a short amount of time as this book has.